everyone, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome, and also please hit the subscribe button below. I would love for you to be a part of this journey with me and to bring you into the conversations that I have on this channel. I know it's been a while since I posted a video of me having conversation with you. It's been a wild few months, busy, good busy, but busy nonetheless. But I wanted to, make sure that I had a video where, we were conversing today. I'm so sorry, I have something in my eye. But today I was really kind of mulling over what I wanted to, talk about. And the one thing that kept coming up in my heart was how I usually end my videos where I, note to not allow the opinions of other people to basically invade your life in any way, shape, or form. And I really wanted to touch on that because I feel like so many of us have so many gifts, so many talents, so many callings upon our lives. And I feel like a lot of us are not necessarily pursuing those things or, tapping into those parts of us because we're worried about what are people going to think. And I mean, I know I have been guilty of that. I had on my heart to start a YouTube channel, I don't know, a year, 2 years ago, and I just started it, a little over, it's been 2 months now. Because I was concerned, what are people gonna think? How are they gonna view me? Am I always gonna have something to talk about? Are people interested in hearing what I'm gonna talk about? And it just got to the point where I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I know that this is what God has laid on my heart to do. So I'm just gonna take a chance. And my people are gonna find me and they're gonna, engage with me, relate to me, and, are gonna, hear what I'm saying. And, at the end of the day, I'm doing this because I wanna be able to help others in any way, shape, or form that I'm able to. Just like this conversation that we're having today. And so, right now, what are some of the things that you want to do or want to take on that you may be really concerned about? What are people going to think? Is it starting the whole influencer route? Is it, someone that you're interested in dating, but they may not necessarily look like who you think people think you're supposed to be with? Is it your family's opinions? I'm not knocking opinions, especially those that are closest to you, your friends, your family. It matters. Their opinions matter, but if it's not productive, the opinions, then I'm just kind of like, or negative opinions, or contrary to what in your heart you're supposed to be doing. You have to learn to ignore that, because what I have learned and seen over the years, people's opinions can keep you from your blessings. They can keep you from the people that God intended for you to have in your life. They can keep you from, really pursuing purpose. They can keep you from, really tapping into who you are, because you're worried. People's opinions are telling you who they think you're supposed to be. And that's a bigger thing. If you don't know who you are, you don't know why you're here, it's very easy to be influenced by the opinions of other people. So what are some of the areas in your life where you're allowing the opinions of other people to invade your mind, to invade, your decision making, to invade your choices, and reevaluate that. Are their opinions helping or hurting you? Are they keeping you from doing what in your heart you're supposed to be doing? Because I don't want that for you. I want you to be, strong enough in knowing who you are, strong enough in knowing standing, 10 toes down in what in your heart you're supposed to be doing, and pursuing all that that you're able to pursue, and tapping into the areas of your life where you need to be tapping into. I mean, like, if you think about all the celebrities out there, every single one of them in their lives have had people saying they're not. I know, like Lady Gaga, for instance, I don't really necessarily listen to a lot of her music, but I've heard or read somewhere where she said, I guess it was a classmate, don't quote me on this, like, but someone in her life once upon a time said that she was never going to be famous. She might as well give up. They were totally against her dreams and what she wanted to pursue. They were speaking negatively, dishing out negative opinions about her. And look at where she is now. Had she listened to all the naysayers saying that she's not good enough and couldn't be who she now is today, she wouldn't be where she is. You know what she had to do? She had to just be like, yeah, I'm not listening to that. I know in my heart what I'm capable of. I know where I want to go. I have my eyes set on the prize, and no one, I don't care who it is, what it is, no one is going to deter me from or derail me from pursuing what I know I'm able to be in my life. And so that is what I want you all to start looking or taking, a self-evaluation, a life evaluation, and just kind of dissect where are some of the areas in my life where I've really allowed the opinions of other people to really dictate my choices and how I view myself. And, how do I navigate not allowing that to play a role in my life anymore, but to, for me, I consult King Jesus. What does he say? Who does he say I am? What does he have for me? And as long as I'm aligned with what he says, that's all I care about. I don't care if anybody agrees or if people think I'm crazy, or people, may think Jen's lost it. Why is she pursuing this? Oh, look at how old Jen is. Why is she doing that? Don't care. I don't care. I have gotten to a place in my life where I'm like, I do not care. The only people's opinions that I care about are my parents. That's really it. And then of course, my closest friends, but even then, sometimes I'm I hear them, but I'm I hear you. But most of the time, our opinions are aligned. What they say, what they're putting forward, I see it, I agree with it, and I'm just kind of yeah, we're aligned. But all I have to say is be very careful whose opinions you allow to dictate your life. Be very careful around with the people that you surround your life with, because not everybody is meant to be in your life. And not everybody that's in your life is linked to your purpose and where you're going. Some people are sent in your life to derail you, to pull you off your path. That's why when people say things, I'm so sorry, there's really something in my eye that's really bothering me. I'm so sorry. I'm apologizing right now. I know that God sends people into our lives, but the devil sends people too. And you have to use and pray, for discernment to really navigate who those people are, because some people, real crafty, and make you believe that they're supposed to be a part. They're the fun ones, they're cool and all that, but you just really have to be mindful of who you allow in your circle. I love people who uplift me. I love people who support me and have my back, and aren't bringing all this negativity, but are solution minded, oh, Jen, what about this? Or what about this? Have you thought about this? Is there any way that I can help you? People that support you. Those are the people that you want in your circle. Those are the people whose opinions I'm more inclined to lend an ear to just kind of feel what they're saying. Everybody else, no thank you. Your opinions don't matter. And I don't mean that to it may come off harsh, it may come off negative, but no, like I only want people who are pouring positivity into my life, pouring into my purpose, helping me get there. Like we're all supposed to be supporting one another. We should all be having each other's back. It's not a competition. It's not you, me against you. Like there's plenty of room for all of us to succeed in various areas of, this thing called life. And so that's why, I'm doing what I'm doing here on YouTube, because I know that some people need to hear this. Some people need an influencer friend like me to support them and back them and encourage them. And so my opinions, is stop caring about what other people think. That is where I'm coming from, because I want you to live your life in all that it has to offer, in the fullness of what life is. Like who cares how old you are, who cares your gender, who cares, like none of that matters. What matters is pursuing your purpose and not allowing anyone to derail you from that. I even think about in this age of social media and how looks are just like everything, right? Like there are people who will only date other good looking people because of clicks, because of social media. We have to look good together. We have to present, this good looking couple for more likes, for more clicks, for more blah, 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 blah. And you know why? It's because they're concerned about the opinions of other people. And that's really sad. That's so sad to me. Like I know I'm not that person. Like, I'm all about who you are inside, your personality. Are you intelligent? Are you a good man? Like, do you love the Lord? Are you going to value me as a woman? Are you going to add to my life? That's where I'm at. I don't care what other people think. He may not be the most good looking guy out there. Like, I'm not dating anyone right now, but what I'm saying is, like, I don't care about the opinions of other people when it comes to what he looks like, or like if we look good together, like whatever. Because you know what? None of those people, when it's all said and done, they're not going to be in my marriage. They're not a part of my relationship. They're not going to be in my home. So why do I care what other people think? Do not allow other people's opinions to be such an influence and impact on your life. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. And like people's opinions and feelings shift from 0 to 100 all the time. 1 minute, people have your back, you do one thing wrong, and then they're against you and want nothing to do with you. I was watching the David Beckham documentary, and it's like everyone loved David Beckham in England until he got, kicked off of, I guess it was the World Cup game. He kicked the Argentinian player, and then like he was, kicked out of the game, and then England lost, and like they wanted to kill David Beckham all because of this game. Like, and it's like 1 minute he's up here, and then one thing, they were bashing him. It was like he didn't matter. He was no longer human. Like, they were speaking so terribly about him and doing like the worst things, threatening his life, threatening his, his child after his first child was born. I mean, like, that is why I say do not worry about the opinions of other people, because as quickly as they love you, they will hate you like in the same breath, and like just like that. So that's why you have to live your life. I mean, if you're a believer and you love the Lord, live your life for, an audience of one, which is, the Lord. If you're not, like, that's your prerogative, but like live for yourself. Like, do it for you. Don't do it for other people. Do it for you. Be successful because that's what you want. Pursue your dreams because that's what you want. Like, go on the path to become famous because that's what you want, not to please other people. Do it because of you, because that's what you want. That's what's in your heart. That's what you want to achieve. You want to be a millionaire. Do everything in your power to get there. Who cares what other people think? People may think that you're crazy, like, you're never going to get there. How? Look, my mom always says, as long as you were in the land of the living, everything in your life is subject to change like that. So with that, I'm going to end this. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will be recording next Sunday, or I'll post my next video next Sunday on schedule. And yeah, I pray that you have a blessed week. Thank you for viewing and, being a part of this conversation with me. Just remember, like, you're able to do anything you set your heart and your mind to. Don't allow other people's opinions to influence you in any type of way. You do you. You do you. And then, obviously partner with the Lord. He'll lead you exactly where you're supposed to be, but like, you do you. Don't worry about other people. And yeah, I love you. Thank you for joining in. And until next time,